What has held us back in the development of Nigeria economically is the fact that we seem to miss the fact that women are critical and vital to our development. IMF has spoken, told us that our GDP will increase by 25% if women were more inclusive. Countries that have more women inclusion are also more economically empowered. So it is for both men and women and the nation that, as you say, the leadership, some have 2, 3 wives, and those that don't have, the Senate will seem to be a lover of women. I want that love to translate into action. We seem to forget. One of the things, I didn't want to throw statistics at you. This ministry is trying to put 10.5 million children back in school, of which 60% of those are girls. Without developing our human capital, we are not going to go anywhere. And as you say, the bulk of them are women. The Mariam Babangida Center is trying to empower and train vulnerable and indigent women. 6,000 she proposes to train. She's training some right now, 5, 10, 15, 20 at a time. Please tell me, at 5, 10, 15 at a time, when will she train 6,000? And these are rural grassroots women, because when they are empowered economically, the family is empowered, even when the men are out of jobs. What has held us back in the development of Nigeria economically is the fact that we seem to miss the fact that women are critical and vital to our development. IMF has spoken, told us that our GDP will increase by 25% if women were more inclusive. Countries that have more women inclusion are also more economically empowered. So it is for both men and women and the nation. And I'm glad that the President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, recognizes it. He's passionate about women, and I'm hoping that without even him intervening too much, the committee and the leadership of this hallowed chamber will do something about the pathetic allocation that's given to women. Thank you very much for your time. And my colleagues, I'm glad to see that most of you are he for she's. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator. So I am very sympathetic to, I was part of those many years ago in my younger days in labor about agitation, to have Ministry of Women Affairs to refocus specifically on the specific challenges facing women. And I have argued, and I believe it to be the truth, not to appease your face, that when a country demobilizes 50% of its population, at best it will be operating at 50% capacity. You don't need to be a huge manufacturer or businessman to know that when 50% of your capacity is idle, you cannot prosper. The business cannot prosper. And I expect that part of the challenges or responsibilities of the Ministry of Information, Ministry of Women Affairs, will be to do whatever it can beyond the city, to go to the rural Nigeria and educate those poor ones among us. In a typical rural Nigeria, they constitute the forgotten majority, that's how I call them, to understand why the girl child must go to school. The mandate of that ministry is huge if it is to make impact. It has to have agencies, talking about what somebody said earlier, that they have offices in all the states. In fact, they should have offices in every ward, talking to the real grassroots women why the girl child is not just for the other room when they grow up. This for me is a huge responsibility. Sir, I am encouraged by my own life experience. I have 2 beautiful daughters and 4 handsome men. I am very, very proud of my daughters. They are now I still have my mother, but they are my immediate younger mother, who can talk to me and even make me to behave responsibly. And that's because I invested in their education. And I don't know exactly what the ministry does, but it can focus its mandate in a manner that the rural people, get the benefit of being educated. I emphasize the rural women because the men, I'm sorry to say, not many will care. They think that all privileges should be reserved for men. And lastly, sir, I don't know about you, in my village, on election day, since 2007 that I've been running election, 60 to 70% of those who vote for me are women. The last time the media came for an election day in Edo, they were asking about whether EFCC is present to monitor vote buying and so on. I said, this is the thing that will interest you. What should interest me? What interests me is that look at this queue. For every, you need 1, 2, 3, 4 women before you see one man. There are men in my community, not that they are not there, they are active. That's the time they will be drinking cross-leg, eating roasted yam, palm wine, and so on. So today there is a restriction, they are not going to the farm. But to just walk to the polling booth, I know you are our own now, we will vote for you. All my wives are there. So even for us, to repay back what our women are doing for us on election day, this Senate must be seen to mobilize funds beyond crocodile tears, to mobilize resources available, because we don't have enough. My point always is that when you don't have enough, reorder your priorities. And for me, I am clear, the Ministry of Women Affairs is a priority ministry to be properly structured, equipped, open offices, if not in every ward, in every local government, with a clear mandate to sensitize our women and also our men, so that Nigeria can have balanced growth and operate on its 2 wings, the women wing and the male wing. It is only when it does that that the Nigeria plane can be stable at 60,000 feet above sea level, so that we can cruise to destination much faster. Mr. Chairman, I am fully in agreement with the submission of distinguished Senator Kingibe Ireti, and I think he deserves the support, and I urge that we put it in the recommendation that the Ministry of Women Affairs need more funding to be able to meet its mandate. Thank you, sir.
I also want to stand and support the presentation by the Women Affairs Chairman for obvious reasons. Mr. Chairman, when they talk about vulnerable groups, women are always number one. They are the number one vulnerable groups. Because if you are talking about disabled, you are talking about children, you are talking about those handicapped people. The people that take care of these handicapped people naturally are women. They are women. So when you have, as I take it like a comrade said, when I was governor, the best thing to do is like a secret, that in your state, when you take care of women, you see the state being successful. The same thing, if women are crying and they are not properly taken care of, it means the nation is crying. With this budget, I think there are a lot of things that they are supposed to do. It is only when we improve the budget that we'll tell them the assignments to do, and they will also be able to do it in the interests of this nation. Their prayers alone, even if they are going to sit down and be praying, it will bring back peace to the country. When there are insecurity here and there, when there are attacks here and there, you won't see men. You will see the women. The women will stay there and carry their children, even dead children. They will prefer to die with their dead children. Now, when people have this kind of spirit, you don't expect them to fight too much to get what they want to get. It is our duty to look at it, to look at some of these plights and then have a reconsideration in this budget. The first time I saw the budget too, I was really amazed. I was going to see the chairman to say, is this all you want to do for women in Nigeria? It is good that now presentation is made, and Mr. Chairman, I will also stand to support that improvement be made to the women affairs so that we can see more of prayers, more of their agility, and also their contributions to the nation. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.